Gia Scope is a Chief Operating Officer of Dermatologist Choice and has over 15 years of marketing and operations experience from brands like Michael Kors and Neiman Marcus. She leads the medical grade skincare line, which is known for its use of TCA and non-neutralized glycolic. Gia's passion is to lead the company into a new era focused on real results, not marketing gimmicks. Her personal journey with postpartum depression inspired a deep commitment to helping others find confidence through healthy skin. She is proud to continue the legacy of her father, Dr. Bottiglione, who has used these clinically tested ingredients for over 50 years. As Gia says, we're not chasing trends or playing into the hype. This is real skincare treatments. It works. No gimmicks, no retinol, just formulas that have stood the test of time. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Live the Glamour Chats. I am so excited to be here today with Gia Scope. We have a lot to talk about. I am going to jump right in and tell us first just a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Gia. I am the COO of Dermatologist Choice, which is a medical grade skincare line developed by Dr. Bottiglione, who has 50 years experience as a dermatologist and also happens to be my father. That's my work. When I'm at home, I'm a mom of two very energetic toddlers and two little puppies too, and love my family life, work life, and oftentimes they blend together.
That I feel like they have to kind of, especially in your type of position. I know you came from a fashion background. You worked with Michael Kors. What made you make the transition into beauty and skincare?
Yeah, well, ever since growing up, I've looked up to these iconic brands, Michael Kors, Neiman Marcus. The fashion industry was always just very interesting to me, the creativity, the innovation. So when I did have the opportunity to work with these iconic brands, I could not wait, lived my Devil Wears Prada life, if you will. But beauty and fashion, especially in this day and age, are, they cross over so much. And I still think that there's a lot of creativity that I get to express as being part of Dermatologist Choice, helping develop formulations, marketing campaigns, and similar things like that. So I still get to tap into my creative interests. But when it came time to make the switch to work at Dermatologist Choice, specifically, I really wanted to have a career that I could live my passion. I love business. I especially love my family. And I didn't want to just work for a paycheck. So while, my start in fashion and my career in fashion was everything I had dreamt it to be, it still kind of felt like I was just working for a paycheck. And I wanted to have more hands-on decision making in the terms of the success of the brand. And working for my family's company, my father, who created it 40 plus years ago, I was able to really be able to have passion behind what I was doing and not just going to work every day for a 9 to 5.
That's so amazing. I'm sure like growing up around it too, it's like you have this like instinctual knowledge that comes into play. That kind of exists there. You probably, I'm assuming you can talk more on that, but did you always see your dad working on this? And I guess as a maybe younger, knowing about the product and skincare and beauty was kind of just part of your life, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, my mom too,
Yeah.
also, being in fashion and beauty herself, I always found myself either enjoying discovering what was at my dad's office, looking at whatever textbooks he had or skin slides he was working on. Being in the doctor office environment was always really interesting to me, and I always was curious about what he was doing. And then with my mom playing with her skincare, and which was dermatologist choice mostly, um, and her makeup, it all just kind of blended together ever since I was a young kid. And so, yeah, when I was able to then come over and work with my family business, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah. What would you say your leadership style is coming into a family business like this?
Yeah, well, it's definitely unique when you're working with your family. We joke that Thanksgiving is like a board meeting,
Oh,
right?
I
There's no,
like that.
there's sometimes you don't really get a break from it, right? Where if you're
Yeah.
working at a large corporation, sometimes you can go offline and do whatever else you want to do.
Right.
But sometimes I'll be on the phone chatting with my sister, and she'd be like, "Oh, what happened with that, campaign?" And we start getting into it, which I don't mind because again, I we all have such a great passion for the brand and what we're doing and our mission. And so it's a lot of fun, honestly. But sometimes we do have to, as a leader at the company, I do have to say, okay, guys, let's just have a family dinner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not get too serious.
And we'll talk about that in the morning. But in terms of our greater team, so that's the immediate my immediate family, we're pretty much all involved, but we also have a larger team that's not blood related, but we all definitely feel like family in some ways because a lot of our team has been with us for 20 plus years. We've known them for decades. Fathers worked with them for decades. Our chemist who started the brand with my father, we've been working with him since the very beginning, 40 plus years ago, and we've seen his business grow substantially, as a chemist and developing skincare. So, it feels like our the leadership style that I like to have is one that we all trust each other like family, and we all can bring our ideas to the table. No true person is kind of the king or queen.
I mean, as a COO, you're heavy in the operation side of a business. What is that like in terms of working in the beauty industry? What
Yeah.
do you on a whether it's from on a day-to-day basis or the overall picture, what is that like handling the operations?
Yeah, for sure. Well, supply chain, product development, all of that, making sure the business is operating. So there's a lot to lift there, and sometimes it can be heavy, especially given um,
Yeah.
recent news, events, tariffs, ports closing down. You really have to navigate current events well
Mm.
and how to, speaking of leadership, you have to know how to act quickly and uh, move forward without having um, uneasiness about what to do. You just got to keep going.
Has it been hard, like dealing with some of the tariff stuff, and is it affecting your like the brand directly, do you feel?
Not as much recently, but we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. Can I I want to talk about the brand and tell us a little bit about some of the products. I'm very familiar with the brand itself and have used it. So I know it, but for those who haven't tried it, what would you say, do you have like a hero product or something that is the go-to or something you love to use in the brand?
Yeah, so going back 40 plus years when Dr. Bottiglione created the line, it all started in his office. So back 40 years ago, prescription tretinoin, or Retin-A as the brand is known, came out. And that was gaining a lot of popularity. It's a prescription item. But they also found that glycolic acid at mild concentrations could provide similar, if not better, results than prescription tretinoin or Retin-A. So he found out that when providing creams and solutions to his patients to then go home after they'd been in his office, sometimes they weren't available or they, they would go to the pharmacy and it would be out of stock or it would be too expensive. So he started stirring up his own, and basically he used low concentrations of glycolic acid and put it in a cream, a very similar consistency texture to the Retin-A tretinoin. And he found this was much easier for his patients to get results than having to wait for a prescription item. And so that's our flagship product, the facial enhancement cream, which is our mild exfoliating cream. And it can provide similar, if not better, results than prescription Retin-A or tretinoin that you have to have a prescription for. But the FDA never regulated glycolic acid.
Oh, wow.
And so still to this day, you do need a prescription for glycolic acid. And so, so we use that in our flagship facial enhancement cream. And then we have a stronger exfoliating cream, our ultra anti-aging cream, which is the next level up for those with more stubborn skin concerns and those who need a little bit extra boost. So you can, and we found that, well, when he was creating this, he found that he was reducing the time from when his patients were in the patient chair or at his office to when they received the machines. And Dr. B is all about not wasting time. He has perfected the patient experience, but when he sees you after 50 years, he knows exactly what you have, what you need, and he gets you out of there. No playing around or I'll see you in 2 weeks. Yeah. So that's also very much embedded in our brand. We're not about a 10-step routine or waiting months to see something happen. It's very much, his whole thing is, I'm a doctor and I want to get you better now.
That's awesome. I feel like, especially now in the beauty industry with so many products and so many different thoughts around products, it's so hard to find someone that you can trust like that, that just, doesn't want, and I know you say this, doesn't want the gimmicks. They want real results. They want to find something that they don't have to do, spend an hour at night applying products. I feel like coming from a doctor, especially with his background, it sounds like that a product like yours is the direction someone would want to go in because it's backed by that knowledge versus, just coming up with it because it has good marketing, essentially.
Exactly. And like I said, Dr. B has been a practicing dermatologist for 50 years. 5 decades. I can't imagine.
Oh, that's a lot of knowledge.
And I love talking to him about all his experience. He has some wonderful stories. And a lot he's starting to share on social medias. You can find a lot of what he's doing in the office. He's posting videos about Mohs skin cancer surgeries, which he's trained and specializes in, actually. And those are quite fascinating to watch. But after 50 years, a lot. You have a lot of data to recall from. And when you know what has worked for your patients and what has gotten them better, frankly, you're not going to buy into trends. No. You know what works, and this is what you're going to do time and time again. So, of course, he likes to stay up to date with what's happening in dermatology in the medical field. But, things like retinol that, came in and then they go out, or right. Vitamin C is in for a minute and then it goes out. And you see whenever there's a commercial on TV or a new ad on Instagram and it's flaunting a new ingredient, and then 6 months later you don't see that ingredient anymore, it's probably not that great.
Right, exactly.
And so he really leans on what has worked for his patients over 50 years of practicing and what has gotten the job done, what has made them better, most importantly. And that's what he's went with.
Have you seen, because of the trends and now there's so much around, natural and clean skincare products, how has that had a role in your brand and your products?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of different standards out there, and what all these marketing phrases mean. And certainly we have made efforts to make our products cleaner. So removing parabens, no sulfates, we're cruelty free, we're fragrance free. And actually, glycolic acid and our other flagship ingredient, TCA acid, is derived from natural food and everyday items. So TCA is vinegar, and glycolic acid is well known to be derived from sugarcane. So this is, a mix of clean, natural, medical, and we saw the shift to clean, and then it kind of moved to clinical. But now there's actually a lot of experts in the beauty industry and a lot of data, even just from a large conference within our space, that is saying that it's moving now to medical. And so people are really valuing what they can get from dermatologists directly, and not just, okay, it's clinically tested, or okay, it has clean ingredients, but with the rise of dermatologists on social media, they're wanting to go directly to the experts and directly to the doctors and receive a product that they don't necessarily have to go into the dermatology office to get. So we're seeing, all those things kind of blend, and Dermatologist Choice is the perfect mix of all of that.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You've had a long-term like insight into that. So it's not like all of a sudden you came into the market. You have your father, a dermatologist who's been in the industry for so long and created these products that sounds like he was a little bit ahead of the whole the whole industry, being producing and creating something that was already doing what people are starting to do now. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
Uh,
Yes, yes. And that brings me a lot of joy too when I talk about the passion for the brand. He started this 40 plus years ago, but as a busy dermatologist, I mean, he would see upwards to 100 patients a day. And so his primary role, excuse me, was a dermatologist, not to market product. And while it was successful and is successful in his offices, still, marketing it to a national base was not always possible when you're that busy just taking care
yeah,
of your patients. So,
exactly.
so that's what was really exciting, because at Michael Kors and Neiman Marcus, I was in marketing and operations, and so when I could take that experience and then bring it to our family brand and help Dermatologist Choice become more of a national brand, I was super excited about that opportunity, and obviously very passionate about bringing this to more households and more people so that they can also get great results.
Yeah, it's funny that you tie that back, because I always say, especially talking to a lot of business owners and brands, you really do see that all the knowledge that you accumulate, even if it's in a completely different industry, it does play a role in whatever you're doing, and sometimes could even be more beneficial because you can apply new things to, let's say, a beauty brand. So that's interesting that working in those, and fashion and beauty do always align somewhat, but they do, I think, carrying that over and seeing what you were doing there and to be able to help more on a national scale this way, is so, I mean, that's a nice uh part piece to bring to the business
Definitely.
family. I know, and this is going back to I from some information that I learned. But you also came into the business, you said, with you have two small toddlers, you said. Um,
Yes.
how I know that you've mentioned in the past that having children and maybe dealing with postpartum and some of that, working in the family industry, how did that cross over for you and help you?
Yeah, so when I started at Dermatologist Choice, I was not yet a mother. But then a couple years ago, so about 4 years ago, I had my daughter, and then about 2 years, I had my son. And I really do credit my work at Dermatologist Choice for helping me overcome and avoid some of the severe symptoms of postpartum depression. When I had my daughter as a new mom, it's very overwhelming, as I know many moms can relate. You bring home this beautiful baby, and then they expect you to just take care of it, and there's no handbook, and good luck. And so it's overwhelming, frankly. And I was learning our new routine as a family of three and how to take care of a newborn and not getting much sleep at all. So when I was able to work, and I'm open about sharing with people that I was on a Zoom call 3 days after I got home from the hospital with my daughter.
Oh,
And
wow.
you know what? That was by choice,
Yeah.
my choice to be on that Zoom call. But what it helped, the way it helped me was it gave me a boost of confidence, because this is something I knew how to do. I enjoyed it. I knew what I was doing when I went to work. And that just helped me be a better mom, because I could have that space to get that boost of confidence and then walk out and take care of my daughter, nursing, changing her diapers, and I could have a fresh perspective of like, all right, we're going to get through this too.
I love hearing that point of view. I think, and you don't hear that so often, and it makes so much sense because it connects you back to who you are.
Yes.
And a lot of women, I think, get lost immediately, probably. And you had a way of staying somewhat connected to the person that you are, but also be this new mom, so you could bring something positive to to your children. I think that's amazing. I think that's incredible and amazing. And to be able to do that 3 days later, it's just like, wow. Um,
Yes. Well, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I love to share this story because I think that a lot of people are like very surprised that, oh my gosh, you were on a
yeah.
Zoom call 3 days later. I'm like, well, why not?
And if it makes you feel
And
better, like if that can
yeah,
uplift your spirits and make you feel like, I hate to say like more like a human again, but like, I think it brings you in a way, it can really bring you back to life. From
yeah, and I think about it also too. Working is my hobby. I'm very passionate about what I do. I love what I do. And so just like someone may enjoy, going to the gym, I love going to work. And so it helps give me a fresh perspective so I can be a better mom. And when I'm a happier me, they're happier kids. And I think that that's just, it's healthy for my mental and spiritual being.
Definitely. Where do you see Dermatologist Choice going in the next 5 to 10 years as a brand?
Yeah, great question. Well, we definitely would like it to be in more households as a household name. I think that we, as you mentioned, we are definitely ahead of the times in terms of innovation. I think communicating that more. Dr. B has definitely been gaining a lot of virality on social media, and people see his experience by the 50 years he's been in dermatology, and they really trust him and ultimately trust Dermatologist Choice to help provide those results. So people, if you just want to glow up, or you've tried every product, you've tried every treatment, and you're just not finding the results that you want, I encourage you to try Dermatologist Choice. We really have a sweet spot with deep fine lines, stubborn acne, pigmentation. Speaking of motherhood, I even myself had the mask of pregnancy, which is melasma around your cheek area. Dark spots is also well known. And so I use my own products to help with reducing fine lines, dark spots. And so because we operate with medical grade ingredients that dad has been using in his office for 50 years, you're getting a stronger treatment too. So we also want to make sure people understand, if you're just looking for a plain moisturizer, there's a lot of those out there and you can take your pick.
Yeah.
But if you're looking to actually improve your skin, to reduce the fine lines, to even out the pigmentation, and to reduce acne breakouts, then our Dermatologist Choice products are for you, because you're truly getting the doctor grade
Mm.
ingredients at home. So, we talk about the trustworthy tingle. If you feel the trustworthy tingle, that means it's working, because we're using active ingredients. So it's not just a moisturizer, it's a treatment that you can safely do at home and get dermatology like results. So I think just sharing that message and definitely seeing a lot of growth, and we just are continuing to meet our customers where they are and helping them to achieve better skin. And the customers that we have met are just, oh, like we have such loyal customers, and that's what I'm so proud of too. And it helps really to build our brand, because they've been using this some for 40 years. You know, I have this sweet woman, she calls me, she's
Aw.
86 years old. She still calls me and says, I need to order my facial enhancement cream.
Aw.
And she's 86 now. And she says, my friends all think I'm 66.
That
And
says so much.
it's thanks to Dermatologist Choice. Our customers are fabulous. And
Yeah.
when you understand why you need Dermatologist Choice, then you become a lifetime customer,
Do that.
because it truly is a product that will help improve your skin, and it's not just a marketing gimmick.
Right, exactly. I think that says so much about your brand, especially have to when you see that people are loyal to it, that's how you know that it actually works and people really trust the brand itself. So that speaks volumes before anything else, before any type of marketing or anything like that. So, where can everyone find, well, shop for the brand and then also find, I guess, the brand and your doctor on social media?
Yeah, definitely. So you can go to Dermatologist Choice, Dermatologist Choice with an S, and .com, or you can go find us on Instagram at derm dot choice, and we're also on TikTok. We're on YouTube, Pinterest.
Awesome.
But yeah, you'll definitely have to check out some of Dr. B's in office
Yeah.
videos if you want some real entertainment there. But all of our products are listed on our website at dermatologistchoice.com. You can shop everything there. Dr. B's put together some really easy to use kits for acne and age management, and a bunch of different other skin concerns. One of our most popular is our eczema product, that really helps with eczema, developed with Dr. B and his eczema patients. It's called the pre-bath oil. So that if you have dry skin, which I know we're moving into the
Yeah.
fall in a few
Season.
months, and dry skin is always an issue, the pre-bath oil is a fabulous
That
product.
sounds so good. I definitely need to check that out because I think you're always looking for that nice soft skin. Gia, thank you so much for taking the time today to talk to everybody. All that information will also be in the description box below. So if anybody's looking for that and you want to click through, check out some of the videos, shop for the products. Can you say the name of the one product just one more time also, that you said is a popular one?
Yeah, the facial enhancement cream. The facial enhancement cream is our mild exfoliating cream. The one that I mentioned is the flagship, the tretinoin retin-A without a prescription, and then the pre-bath oil for dry skin.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Thank you, Gia. Bye.